Welcome back to News 10 this morning. In this month's On Terre Haute, we're going to talk with Mayor Duke Bennett about some things going on in the city. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Abby.
Thanks for being here. Now, first off, let's talk a little bit about this new crow committee that's been formed. As we all know, crows are a big problem in our city. So what is this committee going to do? What are the different things they're going to look at to try and combat the problem?
Well, over the last couple of years, we've got several complaints, and we did some research just in-house. Basically, had some people call and ask what other communities have done and done a little research. And what I kind of found out was there isn't any one solution. And so we had a lot of people call with ideas and suggestions. And, of course, there's a lot of local experts and statewide experts. And so I thought the best way to attack this would be get all these people together on a team and look at all the options and see how we can attack this. Now, what everybody needs to keep in mind is there is no one solution. You can't get rid of all the crows. And anybody that will tell you that, it's not possible. But you can disperse them and break them up and make it not as inviting for them to come here. One of the things that happened in the past was the trash cans. That took care of a lot of things. But the problem we've really found out is they feed during the day in the fields and then they come back here. So they're not as hungry, but they'll still pick through the trash. So there's not as much of that going on. It's just this year they moved to more public spaces.
Yes.
Downtown, Union Hospital. I mean, the last couple of years they stayed kind of away from, not right on top of people's houses per se. And this year we had a lot more visibility to it. And so I thought the best way to approach it, I don't want to, committees can be successful if you can at least get information out to the public. You can talk about all the options, and then versus just coming from me or one other person or something like that, you have a committee of people made up of Purdue Extension folks from Indiana State University, the Audubon Society, trees, just really a nice cross-section of people who can contribute. And so we're hopeful that by this fall, when they come back again, we'll be able to implement some things to lessen their presence. But we can't eliminate it completely.
About how many people are on this committee?
There's about 18 or so. I mean, it's a pretty, we have representation from the city, from the county, from the chamber, and then the groups I mentioned before, the educational facilities. So we just want it to be a nice, well-rounded, and go through a lot of different ideas and what we can actually do, and then try to implement some of those things this late fall, early winter.
And how many times have they met already?
Well, we just had one meeting. We just had it just recently, and so we'll be having some regular meetings now over the next few months and try to come up with a plan by summer.
Wonderful. And then this coming Monday is when the census, the U.S. Census, is officially going to roll out. And this past week they've sent out letters reminding people that it's going to come out next week. This is very important. This is a 10-question census form, and it's important. And tell us why it's important for us in Terre Haute.
Well, the bottom line is a lot of our federal funding is determined by your population. So transportation projects, as an example, our transit, our bus system, they basically have formulas, and it's based on what your population is. So the more people you have, the more funding you get. And we all pay our federal taxes. We want our fair share to come back to Terre Haute. And so you get an increased amount of money if there's more people that live here. And so we've been working really hard for the last 6 months, basically, to gear up for this. We've teamed with the county to make sure we're getting the whole county counted. But we've actually got a couple of inquiries from the Indianapolis folks and some from Bloomington people, like, what are you guys doing in Terre Haute? You seem to have had a good plan put together. And so as it comes out, we're hopeful that not only when it comes in the mail and you see it, hopefully you'll just fill it out and send it back in, but we've got a lot of things in store for the next 30, 45 days to remind you to do that, what the importance is. But it boils down to we want everybody counted, and the population is extremely important for lots of reasons, but especially those federal dollars that flow into Terre Haute.
Is there anything that we should be looking for from you guys in the next couple days?
Well, what you'll see is a lot of PSAs through the media. You're going to see us assisting through emails to employers, the school corporations on board with this to help us. The kids are going to be going home telling their parents, Mom and Dad, this is why it's important. We really tried to attack every area where we thought we could influence or remind people. 10 questions. It'll take less than 10 minutes, and you'll be done. You won't have to do it for 10 more years. So,
and that's why it's so important, because it is a 10-year period.
Yep. It's a long time till they count again, so this is our chance to get it right.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mayor. We appreciate you being on here this morning. Thank you. And if you'd like to see this segment again, or you have a segment idea of your own, just go to our website at WTHI-TV.com and click on the community page.